So the person who comes up next, this is going to be really interesting. Please welcome to the stage Grant Watson.
Good evening. All right, so my objective for tonight is for you all to leave here with a better understanding of California residential solar, some of the costs and benefits associated with the net energy metering program, and the evolution of this program as a lesson moving forward for the broader energy transition. California is currently the nation's leader in solar with close to 50 gigawatts of solar capacity installed in the state. This includes around 38 gigawatts of utility scale solar and just over 11 gigawatts of residential scale. The main driver for this is around financials. Customers can self-supply and be compensated for the excess energy they supply to the grid. This is major in California, where their average energy bills are over 78% higher than the US average. So California is a region with many warm, sunny days, and the CPUC recognized this back in 1995 with the first net energy metering tariff, net energy metering 1.0. So in short, net energy metering is a program that allows customers who install renewable generation to be compensated for the excess energy that they supply and export back to the grid. So for customers, they can self-supply their own generation. This allows them to be more sufficient. Net energy metering allows them to be compensated for the energy they send back to their utility through a form of resource credits or solar energy credits. So when a residential customer needs grid service, they pay their utility rate, but this is netted out by these solar energy credits they have earned throughout that year's bill. So net energy metering not only reduces customers' costs overall, but it reduces costs associated with transmission, congestion, and loss for grid energy delivery. Net energy metering has evolved alongside the solar energy industry, with Net Energy Metering 1.0 coming out in 1995, Net Energy Metering 2 coming in 2016, and Net Energy Metering 3 more recently in 2023. So the main key change that came along with Net Energy Metering 2 was moving from a fixed rate to a flexible rate model. This reduced customer compensation by around 10%, so a little bit of a hit there, but not an overwhelming rate. However, with Net Energy Metering 3, moving from a flexible rate to an avoided cost calculation model, that reduced on average customers' compensation by around 75% against that retail rate, representing the highest reduction of export energy rates in US history. Here we can see comparing Net Energy Metering 2 and 3, with 3 showing around roughly only 25% of compensation versus that retail rate. So some of the impacts from this have been over 77% reduction in residential solar sales, leading to around a 41% megawatt reduction of solar capacity installed in the state, as well as leading to over 17,000 jobs lost in the clean energy economy. So if net energy metering has provided a pathway to clean, reliable local energy, why has this program changed so much, and why now? Well, overall, the CPUC states that this change was intended to reflect the actual value of energy provided back to the grid under a time of use model, and to ensure that costs are standard across all customer types, whether residential solar owners or not. Here we see a very simple chart of the time of use export rates. Really what I want to draw our attention to is the very few periods in which that rate will be compensated anywhere close to the full retail rate. Now to cost shifting. While cost shifting is certainly happening in part, much of this is actually coming from the utilities passing on their operational costs to all customers, whether solar adopters or not, but non-solar owners are bearing the burden of this much larger. So we've seen net energy metering in California reduce overall load levels, provide cheap, green, local energy generation, and reduce the reliance on utility service, 3 facets which I see very important in the energy transition. So as solar costs have decreased, utility costs and rates have skyrocketed. In my opinion, utility policy should not stand in the way of the natural incentives for customers to adopt solar. How I see it, the energy transition is not a top-down process, but involves coordination and development across all levels and facets of the energy industry. Thank you.
That stuff's a big deal. I mean, just the shift in how much solar is being put on, you said was like a 75% drop?
Yeah, about over a 77% drop in solar panel sales in California.
That's crazy. And I always want to check in with you. You know that we're in Colorado.
Yep.
All right. Because when I do the scroll down, it's like the drop down is California and then it's Colorado. And just wanted to make sure that you knew that. That's good. And there's always someone I have to ask this that says, how much thought did you do with the wardrobe? How much?
I've been thinking about it for weeks.
Yeah, I know. I love it. Because you look perfect. You look perfect. It was great. I really enjoyed that. And again, the meshing of all of these different stories with the transmission and the solar and the growth, and then I love it. I love it how it's all coming together.